Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. Today I have something cool to show you, and it's with the Lonsdor. So I'm just going to quickly log in. Okay, now this particular machine has had some updates recently, and pretty much whatever they've put out there I've been ending up using or reading about, and I'm really glad that my machine now has that. One of the functions that I originally, when I did the review on this thing, never really went over was the special functions, because there wasn't that many special functions. Now there's more, which is awesome. Okay, some of these ones here I have already used, some I haven't already used. Ignition coil, now that's using that new blue emulator type thing that you can actually check and whether or not it's working. Decode chip, another good function. You can put in a chip there and you can start to read it, and you can start maybe pull the pin number off it. Simulate chip, now that's with this new blue emulator, the one that's out there. It costs you $200-300. It's actually a 5-in-1, so you don't need all those other emulators which I did the last video on. You can use the blue one, and it can also do 46 and other things, analog chips, so that's a really important function there too. Remotes, okay, so now we're talking Lonsdor, I believe, has some remotes like VVDI and things like that, so there are remote functions in there. I'll give you a quick look at that. Frequency detecting. The remotes I haven't been able to find too much, so I'm not sure if they've quite been released, but there will be something along those lines. So the two that I really want to draw attention to today is generate key chip. Now I'll be the first to say I've had problems generating key chips. I've generated the wrong chip, not been able to program it. Many a times like that. With this particular machine, not only can you program now the car's immobilizer system, you can walk up with a chip like a, let's say, LKP02 I think it is, and you can actually generate the chip and then start to program it. Before, you might have had to have used a Tango or a hand tool, handy baby VVDI, something along those lines, and generate it. And so for some of these functions, they're actually going to cost you as a paid option. I know the other day I tried to generate a G chip for a Toyota, and my Tango didn't have it because it was a paid option. It had it, but I had to pay more money. I picked up my Lonsdor, and once again I was really happy about it because I simply put in a chip in here and I could go to the type of chip that I wanted. So we go to 4D, for example, and then you can generate all of these chips. You know, Toyota 68, Yamaha, Lexus 71, Hybrid 70E. You know, there's a lot of chips in there that you can generate. From what I know, the 4D chips are all the LKP02, I believe. Some of the 46 chips are LKP03. Some of the more 128 bits, the LKP04, I believe. There's other names and numbers on them and things along those lines, but you can actually adjust and tweak some of these chips using, well, if we go back here, when you go decode chip. So you can actually like change page number, change the first bit of data, possibly find the pin number if you're doing a Hyundai, things along those lines. So by having this in the machine, you simply just put the chip in and away you go. So generating chips now is now not a separate machine. You can do it on this machine, and it also has identify, copy, and copy chip. You know, so that's another function right there that it can actually do. Not all chips, it can only do some of them, but it is something that you can do. And if you're using the new blue emulator, you can actually snoop the info, like read it, clone it, snoop it, and then clone it, and then come up with a chip that works. So really cool. I've used this a couple of times now and I've been super impressed by it, so I had to put it out there. Generate chips, let's just go back through there. So there's all the chips they can generate, okay? 46 chip, there's a whole heap under there, whole heap. Cherry, there's one here, Cruise, which is Opel Cruise, Holden Cruise, you know, Citroen, Fiat, Mitsubishi, blah blah blah. They're all there. So when you want to generate a chip for a particular vehicle, you can find it there. You just generate it, then you can program it in, as long as you got the right chip. I found LKP02 and LKP03, all those ones work pretty well. There are many other chips out there that I'm not familiar with their part numbers that you could actually use and do that for as well. You've got the 48 chip range. There's a few in there. And then the 7935 chip. Mitsubishi, Great Wall, V-Dub. So there's a lot of generating in here, and one of the things with this Lonsdor a lot of people asked was, what's this paid option or this update and all the rest? I've been updating this machine all the time. I get the latest updates. One of the updates I updated a month ago I ended up using 3 days ago, and it was for a Jeep Wrangler. I would have expected it to be there, but it only just came out and I used it. It was like a couple of days after I uploaded it, I ended up using it. So you've got to keep your machine up to date. The updates they're doing are pretty cool. The chip generation sort of stuff, I'm happy. So to cut a long story short, keep updating your machine. A lot of these functions here are extremely usable. Now it's basically, it's not as in-depth as a Tango, but there is chip generation there, so that might speed your process up, having the one machine that can do it. And as far as the Smart Pro isn't generating chips just yet. It can't clone a chip, identify and copy chip, so there is certain functions on this particular machine that you're not getting from the Smart Pro and other key programming devices. So that's a special functions menu. When you want to update, and if you do have one of these machines, do it all the time. Update firmware, just go down to update here. It's going to give you the list. You know, that's not the list actually. Where are we here? One key update. Okay, just keep doing that all the time. Let it run through. Make sure you got Wi-Fi. It's well worth it. And to the people at Lonsdor, I'm happy with the special functions that you brought out. Some of these ones here, they're really cool. I'd appreciate if you send me one of those blue emulators, because if not, our exchange rate's really bad and I've got to find some money to buy that, and I'll have to buy that. But on saying that, the chip generation, all the rest, doing it from one platform. Basically, I could sit into a particular car, you know, any of these ones here. If it's, you know, one of the lower chips, grab an LKPO2, generate the chip, make the key for the car, and basically just start programming it in, you know, at a low cost. And that's important. That's important. I'm not having to use expensive chips, and I can generate what I need for it. Even here, Toyota 72G. I can generate a G chip on that. A Yamaha, or one of the others, 62, 61, Mitsubishi. There's quite a number of them in there. And for my needs and for what I found that most of the time I can use this. So now these functions come out and I've used it a few times. I'm actually very happy with it. So that's what the point of this video. Do the update, get those extra features in there, start generating your chips through the Lonsdor, save you having to pull out the Tango. And last time I pulled out my Tango, it wouldn't even start up. I had to reboot, update, blah blah blah. Wi-Fi on the job site just gave me the cranks because it was taking up too much time. So this particular tool, ready to go. Whether or not it has Wi-Fi or not, you can still use it. The remote function is coming. It does have the frequency tester, and there should be some remotes coming out that I have seen, but as of yet we don't have them. Decoding the chip as well. There is a lot of information there that you can kind of do. So that's interesting. I don't have a chip in it at the moment. I really should put a chip in there so that we can get some sort of idea. Let me pause this and grab a chip. Okay, so here I have a bag of, I don't know how much money I've spent on chips. I've got chips all the way around, different chips. What do we got here? They're 46 copyable chips. They might actually work. Might just try one of them. Let me simulate or emulate what we're going to do here. So we're going to go back and we're just going to knock up a chip for a 46. And generate key chip. Okay, let's go 46, and let's just do Citron. Citron's good, 46. Now put my little chip in this device here. Now these chips might not be the right ones because they are a 46 and the machine they're meant for is a 468, like a 46 and 48 copying machine. So let's see if it works. Okay, generating. Succeeded. Okay, so these particular chips are made for a snooping device. The machine is called a 468. It's meant for that, but it worked no problem. So let's go back now and identify. Put chips in. Should move these away. Okay, now you're starting to see what I can see. So we've got a 46 chip PCF 936 hit tag, and plain code, pin code, unlocked, and you can edit this data here. Look. Okay, not enough. Okay, well let's try this again. Did it like that? Okay, right, successful. So page 7, we've just done that. Let's go page 1. Let's change that to 61 B6 to A111. Okay, right, successful. Okay, so this functions on your Lonsdor straight away is helpful. If you've got, let's say, a Toyota key and you want to change from page 1 to page 2, or change it from a master to a submaster, you can start editing that data straight on your thing. A lot of Toyotas, they want a master, 2 masters and a submaster. So if you've only got master chips on you, or you don't even have that, you can put a chip in, generate a master, 2 masters and a sub in a few button pushing, put in what you want, enter, and then go straight into the car, go reset, put the chip up against the chip against the key, and now it'll program it through. Because for Toyotas, unless it gets that 3rd sub, won't get out of programming mode. Read data. So hopefully you're seeing what I'm seeing and you're appreciating what I'm appreciating, because this information, being able to edit it like this without needing a computer. You don't need the computer, you don't need the Tango or the TM100. It seems to be having this in this one device, which is the same device I'm going to use to OBD program it. So I really like that. Decode and copy. Please wait and identify chip. It's going to ask me to do the snoop via one of the emulators, which I actually don't have here. Okay, so yeah. Please put the duplicate chip into. Wonder if it'll actually do it. I mean, that's a 46 chip. I haven't tested this much. Okay, will it actually do it? Do a 46 chip without needing to snoop it from the ignition. Let's have a look. Oop, lost one down there. One over there. These things are flying everywhere. Okay. Generating. Okay, so we just copied a 46 chip for a Citron, or which I modified the file for, without needing to snoop it. So that's interesting. One more key? No, we got enough. We got 2. Cancel. Interesting, very interesting. Real good tool. I'm really happy with this thing. Okay, let's just check it again. Let's just do an identify and copy, and we'll round this video up. I always thought you got to snoop at 46. You couldn't get the final bits of data. I was wrong. Okay, take note. Remember we changed it to 61. Remember we changed it to 4414141. Okay, let's go back. I always thought you had to snoop at 46. I really did. Always learning. Second chip's in. Identifying. Same data, same. Alright, so quick example. Leave your comments down below. If there's another video you'd like us to do, please leave a suggestion down below. If this has been helpful, or if you're now using these functions and you want to add anything to it, remember we learn a lot as we go. Not everything possible is in our arsenal to be able to tell you. So whatever we find out, we share it with you, because it might help you along the lines, and also it might help other people who are getting into the automotive industry as well. So if there's something you'd like to add to it, we'd like to hear it as well. And if there's something we've made a mistake on or we've left out, we'd like to hear it as well. Always learning, and I'm quite happy to listen to anybody who's got a trick or a tip or another method of doing it, because at the end of the day, I'm out on the job and I'm just looking for the answers to get the job done as quick as possible, as are most people. And if you can teach me something, I'm happy to listen, and vice versa. So leave your comments down below, and thanks for watching.